Yes, Wayne? Yes? Yeah, the shuttle's pulling up in 2 minutes. You're welcome. Bye.
Well, it's up to you.
I'm already here.
You know, women in the front. Good guys in the back.
Can't trust you guys already.
Did you hear that, Wayne?
Oh, you guys are going to the Hialeah Inn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. What the setup he's got there? What's that?
Well, I think that's so much problem.
Like this. Is that your navigation system you got there, eh?
Yeah, that's a Apple Maps.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, it's an iPad.
That's kind of different.
Well, it's really simple. It's just all this different.
Yeah.
This side is YouTube, and this side is iPad, Apple Maps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Busy today?
Not really.
That's good.
No. No, not really.
Yeah, we were a bit early leaving Toronto. Landed here 20 minutes early. Luggage was almost right away.
Yeah, they're used to very busy days here. I see how it's. If the airport's not busy, I'm not busy.
Yeah.
Because this just says a lot of people aren't coming in right now.
No, it's
There's
true.
not a lot of flights in. That's why the airport's empty. Normally, the airport's so busy that it takes a half hour to get out of here.
Yeah. Tuesday. And our dollar back in Canada has cost us 45 cents to buy one of your US dollars over and above our dollar now.
Is that
Buck
good?
45, buck 47.
Is that good or bad?
That's bad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's bad for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bad for you too. Not as many people coming down.
Except that if you're going to Canada. it's
No, but
bad.
you need help more than we do. We could live without Canada, you know. Trump's right, you know. Don't get me started.
No.
Let's not do that. Not we have to walk over again.
Got picked up down here from Legion.
Oh, yeah.
These guys weren't with us. The first time we cruised Norwegian 5 years ago on the breakaway, we had to walk down here and they were right there waiting for us. Remember? It was pretty good.
There's that Spirit Airline. That's all we're supposed to be on.
Yeah.
So they have them going from Vancouver.
Excuse me.
Right, Spirit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still going, but yeah. I'm not sure. Every state's different.
Oh, shit. Just in case. What's that? Okay, put it in for me. Very good.
Did you say that you have to spend $1.45 to get one of our dollars?
Yeah.
That's worse than Europe has ever been. The highest
Yeah.
Europe ever been was, I think, 139 or 140.
Yeah.
I know. I've been traveling back and forth from Europe my whole life
Oh, yeah?
in Italy, and the worst it's ever been is $1.39, $1.40. So if you're up to $1.45,
Yeah.
that means you have worse inflation than Europe ever had.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Oh, we paid $1.33.
I have a feeling it's going to get worse before it gets better.
$1.05 back home. That's US though.
Oh man!
So
All
it
right.
costs you guys $1.05 to get a euro. So you guys are in good shape, but then add so much to that for us. It
Yeah.
still costs us another 30 cents on top of that $1.05 to get a euro.
Yeah.
Remember what she told us at the exchange place? Yeah.
Our bank's gonna put the interest rate down again in February.
Yeah, our interest rates are going to go down
Do
too.
that, the dollar falters a little bit more.
Yeah, I think tomorrow they're meeting our day on Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. And when interest rates in America, when interest rates go down, a lot of people sell their homes
Yeah.
because a lot of people can get mortgages, and the more buyers there are, the more competitive pricing that you can.
Yeah.
So if there's not a lot of buyers, you're not gonna make a lot of money in your house. So what's gonna happen is, as soon as the interest rates go down, everybody's gonna flood the market with homes to sell them, and then a lot of people are gonna want to buy, and then that creates a real estate boom. And it happens here in Florida every time the interest rates go down to
Everything works in that big circle.
6% or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Everything's connected.
Yeah.
It's all one big circle. And it's just everything goes around, comes around.
Yeah.
But a big reason inflation goes down in this country is when oil prices go down.
Yeah.
So when oil prices go down, since that price is kind of saturated with everything that happens in our life, everything that we buy has to get shipped on a truck, and all the electricity generation, if it's not nuclear, it's diesel.
Yeah.
So if the energy is low, the price of oil is low, usually the inflation follows it, and that's what's going to happen in the next couple of years. Is oil's going to go way down.
Yeah.
What's that a gallon now?
That's $3 pretty much.
Wow.
You pay a lot less than us.
That's good. We're $1.50 a liter.
A liter, yeah.
So multiply that by 4.5.
Your economy reflects Europe.
Yeah.
Europe that's the same way. It's very high fuel costs. That's why they're driving around in scooters.
Yeah.
There's no SUVs there. They all got those minis. They got the smart cars, and they got the little Fiats
Yeah.
and scooters.
Yeah. The little two-seater cars.
Yeah.
Little two-cylinders.
I've seen some of these kind of little one-seaters.
Yeah, we've seen a couple little one-seaters.
And that was in Rome.
Those are from China, yeah.
Yeah. We went over into September, first part of October.
Yeah, China's flooding those one-seaters in Italy, and everybody wants to buy them, but they're not allowed in this country.
Oh, no?
I just found out because I ride a motorcycle. I just found out in Miami there was a motorcycle shop that the government just closed because it was importing Chinese motorcycles from Amazon and selling them to the public,
Wow.
and these young kids were buying them. So they just shut down. DeSantis just found out about it, and he sent whatever company, whatever government agency handles it, and they basically took the guy to jail, and they put a padlock, and they confiscated all his merchandise. He had like 20 motorcycles from China in there, they were all electric Chinese motorcycles, and
What law did he break?
I guess because no, because when you buy something on Amazon through China, it's like kind of like a gray area where it's and because it's not really considered a motor vehicle, but the kids are using them as motor vehicles.
Yeah.
So when you buy them on Amazon, it says this is not made to be ridden on the roadways. It's a recreational vehicle, but it looks just like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So these kids are buying them for $1,200 or $800, whatever it is, and they're driving them in the streets, young 16-year-old kids. And if a cop sees it, it looks like a motorcycle, unless you really know. And what happens is they found out. The police found out. It was in Miami Beach. The police found out. Everybody found out. They found out it was a young kid that was doing this. He rented a storefront, bought them on Amazon for like $600, sold them for $800, and he was selling a bunch of them every day.
I can't say that. I mean, the guy's got business sense for a young kid.
But he went to jail.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really understandable.
You couldn't ride those motorcycles on the sidewalk either.
No, you're not even allowed to ride them in this country. In other words, they're not legal. But in Amazon, you can buy stuff that it's a gray area, whether it's and things.
Amazon doesn't care.
Well, it's because some like Amazon sells all over the world. So who is Amazon to say you can't sell this in America? It's up to America to tell Amazon. So, but since China is manufacturing stuff so fast and putting it on that platform, they need a designated department in this country to scan Amazon to see what is Amazon selling that our residents could buy, and they don't have that yet. They might. They don't have it yet.
We have a lot of electric scooters and stuff back in Canada. We Yeah, but there's certain laws. There's some you don't even have to have a license or insurance for.
Yeah.
But they are
Well, the
supposed to
push
have
scooters, we're allowed to buy the Chinese push scooters here
Yeah.
because nobody's going to drive that on the highway.
No.
But the anything that could be fast enough to drive on the highway, they make illegal because they know if it's fast enough to drive on the highway, people are going to drive it on the highway. I mean, there are some scooters that you're not allowed to drive on the highway, and I see people with scooters. I mean, the like the two-wheel scooters,
Yeah.
like Yamaha scooters.
Yeah.
Yamaha sells like a $9,000 scooter,
Yeah.
and it does 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I see them on the highway.
Yeah.
They're going as fast as they can,
Yeah, of
but they're
course.
still not going fast enough.
No.
60 is not really fast enough.
Street legal.
But that is
It's street legal, but in this country, it's not highway legal.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to drive it in the street with a license plate, but you're not allowed to take it on the highway.
Yeah.
And every now and then I see one, and it's just, that guy's breaking the law.
Yeah.
Obviously, he'll get that impounded. I'm sure if he gets caught, they'll take it away. They'll tow it. They'll tow it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the ones we have back home that are sit-down, actual motorcycle-looking scooters, probably equivalent of what a 50 or 75 cc motor. So they're not overly big. They might do 45 to 50 miles an hour, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think it's got more to do. It's not so much the speed as it is that in this country, if something's allowed on the highway,
Yeah.
it's been crash tested, and it has safety features.
Yeah.
So for instance, to these days, new motorcycles have to have anti-lock brakes. New motorcycles that are introduced now. Just like new cars
Yeah.
have to have airbags.
Yeah.
They also have to have rear view cameras.
Yeah.
So if you want to make a car these days, it's got to have airbags. It's got to have, four-wheel disc brakes. It's got to have a backup camera. Well, if you want to put a motorcycle on the road these days, that motorcycle has to have certain rated tires, right? It's got to have a certain rated tire.
Yeah.
It's got to have anti-lock brakes. And when you buy these scooters,
Yeah.
and you buy these Chinese stuff, they don't have the kind of tires that
No.
are made to go on the highway.
No.
Remember, the higher the speed, the hotter the tire,
Yeah.
and especially in a hot environment like this.
Yeah.
Can you imagine driving a scooter at 60 miles an hour for 40 minutes
No.
in 100-degree weather? There's a good chance that tire could melt
Yeah.
if it's not a Z-rated or a certain compound tire. And all of those tire companies are all Chinese tire companies.
Yeah.
It's not Michelin or Bridgestone or Firestone or Goodyear. It's, all these obscure brands.
Yeah.
Because when they make that scooter, they also make the rim and they make the tire to go on that bike. And that tire is not even allowed to be used in this country because it is no rating on it to pass. And they didn't have to do that because when you want to put something on the highway in this country, you have to go by our regulations and get it tested, just like Elon Musk had to do, kind of, right? He had to get his vehicles tested with the government, and now we let them on the road. Well, there's a lot of things that are going on the road right now that are not tested because people are buying them online and using them, and I see a lot of it on the road. Obviously, I'm on the road all day. I see a lot of it. Yeah. Well, the stuff that they're selling here, especially the mechanical stuff, there's no aftermarket parts for it. There's no maintenance for it. So if you bought one of those vehicles, you're not going to be able to bring it to a shop to get fixed. Here, the law says that when you sell a car in this country or a motorcycle, you have to have a service center. You can't produce a car or a motorcycle in this country or import it from another country unless there's service centers in this country to maintain them. So those electric motorcycles and even the gas-powered electric, like the gas-powered Chinese stuff, if something happens, you're not going to be able to fix it, right? And they know that. So,
I can't imagine riding on a motorcycle. My guy doesn't have a helmet. His Ford doesn't have a helmet.
The law is that if you have a helmet, you can drive without insurance. If you, I'm sorry, no, the other way around. No, I'm right. No. If you don't want to wear a helmet, you have to have insurance.
Okay.
But if you don't have insurance, you have to wear a helmet. That's the law.
Yeah.
So if you see somebody without a helmet,
Right.
they probably have insurance because you don't need insurance on a motorcycle.
Oh,
That's the law in Florida.
interesting.
Yeah.
The only time in Canada that type of laws ever been addressed was there was a few years ago where some Indian men that were the turbans
Yeah.
didn't want to wear motorcycle helmets because they have to wear a turban.
Yeah.
So if they, I don't even know what happened with that because our law says you have to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does
They
the
didn't
insurance-
insure them. No.
But then you should, but according to our laws, you can't be a helmet if you don't have insurance.
That's
So-
right. But they claim some kind of what do you call it thing? And they went to
Exemption.
court. And that's true. That's what
I
they did
know,
because of
but-
religious beliefs. They don't want to. They have a turban on. They're not going to
They
wear.
got 4 feet of hair wrapped up.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Well, then they should not be insured.
No.
Trouble is, if you hit one of them guys, it's their fault. They got no insurance.
Well, see that's the double-edged sword, right? Like it's damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, there's that.
Did you guys get a new prime minister yet?
Not
No, but we want one.
You got that woman in charge now,
yet.
right?
No, she's not in charge.
No?
Our prime minister is still our prime minister
Yeah.
until the election actually happens, and the election won't be called until they name a new
Liberal leader. Yeah.
So, I mean, our government's broke. Yeah, shut down.
So
If you look to the right, you can see the Miami Dolphin football stadium.
okay.
And then also the Miami Grand Prix, the F1 racetrack they built around that stadium.
Oh, really?
So when you look at the Miami, if you look at the F1 Miami Grand Prix
Yeah.
race, it's
yeah.
around that stadium.
Okay, all right.
Smart move.
Yeah, it really is.
You guys are gonna stay. You guys are staying not too far from the Miami airport. There's the Miami airport right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see the FAA tower sticking
Oh,
out.
yeah?
Yeah.
Helicopter doing news over there, I wonder?
Just sitting there.
Probably just sitting there hovering near a helicopter.
Checking something.
Yeah, he prorogued government about how long
Which
ago?
means all it means is government business stops.
Stops, ceases for 90 days.
He remains prime minister.
Yeah, still prime minister.
Yeah. We have no permanent.
I'm disappointed with Trudeau.
Yeah,
But you are. You are.
yeah.
I'm only talking about it just the way he interacted with Trump. Just the way Trump stepped to him
Yeah.
like a savvy, sharp leader of a country,
Yeah.
and he folded and just said, I give up. I'm not going to even. In other words, I'm not even going to deal with your nonsense. I'll leave it to the next prime minister. And he walked away.
Yeah, you know, by the time that happened, he was already done. Like it's
Yeah.
All right. So then that's even more so. But that's even more of a reason to stand up to Trump and tell him
Yeah.
Nothing to lose.
See, the thing
I know he had nothing, and he could have been a hero to our country and to your country, but he didn't. He was a coward, and he said, if you're gonna try to force me to do something that's not in the best interest of me and my people, then I'm just gonna walk away from you. And you're crazy, Trump. You're crazy. And then in a way, he looks so weak. But if he would have said, if he would have said, no, we're not gonna leave this room until we get an agreement that's in our best interest. And yeah, he might have done a lot of things would have happened that he wouldn't have liked. But he would have been, somebody that could have always visited the White House and always represented the Canadian people.
Yeah.
Instead of kicking the dirt, he's never going to be allowed in the White House now. He's never going to have a meeting with this president or the next president, because chances are the next president is probably going to be J.D. Vance. So now for 8 years, you're going to look at Canada not being able to come to the table with America, and then America just spanking them.
he's not.
We get
He's not
the
gonna
guy we want.
What?
Olivier is the conservative.
Conservative leader in Canada.
We if he gets in, then he should.
Well, whoever gets in, it's hard now because look, you already muddied the water. Trudeau already muddied the waters.
Yeah.
Our biggest ally, somebody that we should be on our page, should just go ahead with what America wants to do. Because no matter what, it can never hurt. It can, and Trump even said, no matter whatever he wants to do, don't worry, Canadians, you'll never lose your land, you'll never lose your sovereignty, you'll always be Canadian. You know, but if he says, hey, let's share this or let's do this, I think Trudeau should have said, you know what? Why not? You're going to change your whole country, right? That's going to change the world. Well, we don't want to be a part of it. We're going to be like all these other European countries that are. You've seen what happened to Colombia, right? You heard what happened to Colombia?
Yeah, with the terrorist thing.
Yeah, we tried. No. We filled a plane,
Yeah,
a military
a
plane,
yeah.
with Colombian immigrants.
Yeah.
We sent it to Colombia, and they wouldn't let the plane land.
Yeah.
So the plane had to go back to Washington.
Yeah.
And then the pilots told Trump, and then Trump called the leader of Colombia and said, the plane's coming tomorrow, and if that plane doesn't land, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And guess what? That Colombian president is kind of like Trudeau.
Yeah.
You know, the Colombian president could have just let it land, dealt with it, and then he would have been in good graces.
Yeah.
Now he embarrassed himself, right? And now, like Trump, like Trudeau embarrassed himself. Now you got to kiss Trump's ass to get what you really want. Where if he would have seen that you would have made his first 100 days, let's say. If you would have helped him with his first 100 days, he would have helped you with the next 3 years, and probably. So in a way, that's what I'm saying. It's a shame because when I heard that what happened with Trudeau and like basically spitting in Trump's face, doesn't he see the movement that's going on in this world that multiculturalism and unfeathered immigration is not good for culture?
Yeah.
It's not good for culture, you know, and it's all around the world. We saw it, and now, you know, Trump is saying the same thing. We want French. We want Paris to be French.
Yeah.
We want Rome to be Italian.
Yeah.
And we want America to be American.
Yeah.
And let Canadian be Canadian. And the way you do that is you team up with America and you fight our battles with us. And the American people believe that. That's why they voted for Trump, right? The immigrants didn't. They voted for the other party, right? Because they want things to stay the way they are, which benefits them. Right? Canadians don't want to be on the same page as Paris, London, and Rome. They really don't. They want to be on the same page as America. That's what I say. So when I say, you know, when I jokingly kind of in jest said, yeah, well, you know, we don't need Canada. You need us. That's what I meant. I mean, when it comes to leading the world, Canada can't put a big enough footprint to make things happen in this world.
And we're not that type of country.
Right. And who can? Our government can. Whether it's Trump or someone else, we make the imprint. And you guys are our neighbors and our best allies. So you guys strengthen our position. And Trudeau tried to weaken it. And you don't do that to Trump. You don't try to weaken his position.
When Trudeau came down, that was like his last hurrah. It was his last chance to say to the Canadian people, look, this is what I'm going to do for you.
And he could have.
And I'm going to make Trump knock down. But it didn't happen that way.
No, but that shouldn't have been his mentality. He tried to make Trump back down, but you don't like, you know, you have to know it just shows that he's kind of naive.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, I mean, you don't know the legacy of North America.
He's had several incidents over the past few years
The last
where
6
he's
months
got
even.
away with it. He's never been held accountable.
Never held accountable.
He's always walked away.
Yeah, because if you knew history, like I'm no history major.
No.
I didn't graduate high school, but I know how this country was founded, about people coming from England and where they went, right?
Yeah.
And then eventually they migrated all over, eventually to Canada. A lot of Europeans went to Canada. So he should know that America started this shit, basically, right?
Yeah.
And America is very friendly with Canada.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you not want to be on the same page when we're friendly? We're not enemies. We would never even fight each other. You could never even fight us if you wanted to. So he should know that. Trudeau should know that. And now I'm not saying kiss his ass. He didn't have to kiss his ass. He could have just started wheeling and dealing with him. Trump always puts you on your knees first and waits for you to get up.
Yeah.
And instead of getting up off your knees and negotiating with Trump, he went home. And now it's embarrassing because now the person that fills his shoes has to apologize, I think, and say, we're sorry about Trudeau. He really didn't belong in that position.
Yeah.
He only got in that position because of his family.
Didn't help.
And we know that America's not like that. It was kind of like that with the Bushes a little bit and with the Clintons. But normally, besides the Bushes and the Clintons, America's not like that. Anybody could be president in this country.
Yeah.
Anybody. J.D. Vance could be president one day, and if you know his history, I mean, that guy is a mountain man. You know what I mean? That guy is just a blessing in disguise. So if he could be president one day, anybody can be president of this country. And I think the new prime minister definitely has to awaken.
It's gonna be interesting the next 3 months, 4 months to see what happens in Canada.
And your interest rates need to go down, not
It's
up.
gonna be weird.
Your taxes need to go down, not up,
See,
right?
what happened was the last 3 or 4 years, because he was losing so many votes, Trudeau, he let a lot of these foreign exchange students into our country.
But that's always been.
And twice as much immigration as
Yeah.
certain
And the immigration.
Well, he's a European man. He has a socialist European mindset, and he was taking Canada more down that direction when you guys should be trying to ricochet the other way. And Trump is trying to do that to America.
Now we're screwed.
You know what people say? A person from Australia. I know what a person from Australia told me. They said that Canada is going to be like Australia and America is going to be like Canada. So this was before Trump. Many years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe more. I remember an Australian telling me about what it's like to live in Sydney and all the regulations and all that. These people were getting tickets for leaving their car doors open and leaving their convertible top open and leaving their sunroof open. You're not allowed to make it easy for thieves. If you make it easy for a thief to rob you, it's your fault. They said that Canada's going to start enacting those laws, and America is going to start enacting the laws of Canada. Well, maybe it would have been that way, but he's trying to reverse it.
Yeah.
He's trying to go the other way, you know?
Trump got in first. Trudeau laughed at him and embarrassed him at the G7.
That was
first term.
2016. Yeah,
And
his first term.
And Trump didn't forget it.
Well, but still, he's not as. But you know, a lot of people look at Marco Rubio insulted him big time, and he made Marco Rubio Secretary of State.
Yeah.
A lot of people dissed him, and right. And if you're competent, because look at all the people he disses, right? He's the most disrespectful person alive, right?
Yeah.
But
He'll give you a chance.
yes, if you go back and forth with him, he'll give you a chance if you're competent enough. He's all about merit. He's all about merit.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what color you are. He's got a gay guy in his cabinet. He just announced he's the highest gay person in our cabinet. I think he's something to do with finance. I forgot his name.
Oh, yeah.
This good-looking guy with gray hair. Yeah, he's openly gay. He's something to do with Treasury Secretary or something.
Crescent.
What?
I think his name last name is Crescent.
Yeah, right. He's very. He doesn't even like Trump. You can see when he shakes Trump's hand. He's like he wants nothing to do with him. But
he's a genius.
Supposedly he's an unbelievable money manager, hedge fund manager. He also has a major lawsuit with the IRS right now. He hates the IRS. He wants to get rid of the IRS. And now that Trump knows that he's like that, Trump wants to get rid of the IRS too. He wants to collect money from tariffs to pay for other stuff in this country.
Yeah.
Like if you don't play ball with us, this is what he's thinking, right?
Yeah.
Canada doesn't play ball with us, great. We're not going to make any cars there anymore. We're not going to buy your oil anymore. And anything that you want to sell in this country, you're going to have to pay a 50% tariff, which means that you're not going to be able to sell it. So then that means you really cut off from us, right?
Yeah.
So that's really what Trump is saying, not only to your country, to all the countries, because he's going to say, you know what? We're going to go such in reverse the other way. We're going to give our citizens such relief where there's not going to be maybe no taxes. Maybe the banks will take 10% out of everything you deposit, and that's it. You deposit $100, you only have $90 in your account. How about that? Everything you deposit, your cash you keep in the pocket, don't put it in the bank. But everything you put in the bank takes 10% and gives to the government. If that's the case, right, how does the government make enough money to function? By tariffs.
Yeah.
Take every other country that wants to do business in America, however much business it is, even companies that want to put stuff on Amazon and sell in this country, they're going to have a tariff. So anybody that wants to sell anything in this country, all the merchandise that's in that Home Depot is all from China. It's all from other countries. We don't manufacture very little of what's in that store.
There's nothing left anymore.
It's the same at home.
Right. So that said, when Home Depot has to import that stuff, Home Depot has to pay the tariff. And then maybe raise their prices a little bit, so we have to, we all pay a little more, so that way Home Depot can generate enough money to.
If you have to pay a little more, does that mean you're going to make a little more? Are you going to get a raise?
No, I don't think so. What we'll do is we'll save money by not having to pay the government. The taxes always go up. Look at your taxes, okay? Since you were a little girl, your taxes have went up almost every year. It never goes down. Right, so in our country, we are following the same footprint right now, aren't we? We're trying to go the other way. Well, oh boy, go ahead, you can go, brother. So going the other way means stop eliminating this need for the money to come from the government, more money that the government needs, more money, bigger government, and get the money from our citizens and our wealthy people. And a lot of these wealthy people don't want to live here anymore if they got to give the government money, right? We want to keep Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and Zuckerberg, we want to keep them in this country earning money for us, so we have to make it so they don't have to pay that much to the government. Otherwise, they'll find a safe haven that has little government taxes, and they'll go live there. They're very smart, these people. They're good. They have the best accountants in the world. So Trump knows that because he's one of them, right? He's one of them. He's got billions, right? He's got companies galore, billions of dollars. So he wants to say, hey, instead of us cheating and going to find a bank in Grand Cayman and go get a house over here and make it our permanent residence in Belize or Bolivia, right? So Trump's saying, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to eliminate the corporate tax here. We're going to lower property. We're going to lower taxes so much that everybody in the world that has all this money, they'll come here and live now. Instead of our people moving someplace else, all those people are going to move here. That's a big ask. But you know what? But what? He has big goals, right? That's
providing the terrorist work. That's the kicker.
Well, I don't see how they cannot work. I mean, they're really getting people to go to their knees and bow to their knees. I mean, once he signs an executive order that there's a tariff, there's no turning back from it. That company just doesn't import stuff anymore. And half the stuff that's in this country are stuff that is in excess of what we really need anyway. Like, look at Target.
All the stuff you get in from China.
Go to Target. How much stuff in there do you really? How much stuff do you really need in Target? Maybe 20% of that stuff. The other 80% of it you'll never buy, right? But it's all stuff from China that every now and then people buy. They lower the prices. They put them on sale. And but
Walmart's no different.
Yeah, Walmart, Target, right. Even Home Depot, a lot of that stuff in the Home Depot is just stuff that, this will be good in my house. Like 10 different kinds of mailboxes, that kind of thing,
President McKinley did tariffs.
That's who Trump. That's Trump's favorite president. He learned tariffs from McKinley, and he just named Mount McKinley back Mount McKinley because they took his name off that mountain.
And if it wasn't for the Second World War, they wouldn't have put the income tax in.
Yeah. Then the country is rich. Trump says the richest that our country has ever been. It was before the IRS was even invented. It was when we were collecting tariffs. And as government got bigger, the tariffs wasn't enough money, and they started the IRS. And the IRS is kind of out of control. It is out of control. Everybody moves to Florida. You know why? Because Florida doesn't have a state income tax here.
State income tax.
So all the money that I make in Florida, all the money that I make here, I don't have to give any of it to Florida. Florida doesn't make profit.
No state tax.
I only have to worry about the IRS.
No state tax.
And that's federal.
That's federal. But most states, especially California and New York, have very high state tax. So you're not only paying the government, but you're also paying the state.
In terms of population, though, does New York and California, because they have so many more people, have to have a state tax as opposed to?
Well, I mean, I don't know that it has something to do with how many people, because Texas has a lot of people. They have no state tax. No, it's just.
They spend so much freaking money.
It's basically listen. New York and California has more services and more umbrella services, let's say.
That's what I meant. They're probably spending more.
And they're spending more, not necessarily in the betterment of the citizens, but in the betterment of government, right? Like giving themselves raises and bonuses and all that.
Hiring more
and then giving more food stamps and giving more unemployment and giving more housing, cheap housing. And, you know, all these services and shelters and free drugs, free cell phones for the homeless, you know, pay for that hotel to let the homeless live there. New York and California are the worst for doing that. They are the most popular and most, you know, most immigrants want to go to California and New York. And that's why they need more money. California and New York needs more money because they give a lot of it. What?
We were in California like 6 years ago. Burbank.
Yeah.
So we did the whole Hollywood thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe the homeless here.
Well, that's where, if you're homeless, you want to have good weather. So California's got the best weather. So most homeless, I would say, if you got an ability to travel, if you're not that destitute, they all end up in Southern California.
But
everybody
what I was
along.
amazed at was the state of people. Like they just looked.
Well, they're on drugs too. No, they're on drugs too.
Yeah.
Their skin is so dry. They're all.
No, they're all on
out.
fentanyl. They're all on fentanyl.
Bites up their
Bug
legs
bites and big sores.
And you know what sucks?
blisters
A
and
lot
just-
of them are veterans too. A lot of them are
and
veterans.
They were wandering Hollywood Boulevard, so
Yeah.
that just wasn't speaking very well for tourists that were there that day.
Well, you haven't got good thing down here in your veterans. We don't have it back home either in Canada. A lot of our veterans are suffering back home.
Well, Trump is fixing all that.
We have a lot of homeless people that are veterans.
Trump is
in
fixing
Canada.
all that. He's putting
Down here, you
the
got
people he
lots
put
of-
in his cabinet are unbelievable people. I mean, these are people that don't need to be in government. These people have careers and make great livings for themselves. They don't need to be government employees. And the people that he has around him that are getting approved right now in the government are people that are going to really turn around the VA and make they're going to do like low interest loans and stuff. They're going to do so much. They're going to do so much for the veterans. Yeah.
What is this here, neighborhood here? Is this?
This is Hialeah.
This Mexican in here?
It's Spanish. It's Cuban, mostly Cuban.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, there's not a lot of Mexicans in Miami. No. Yeah. Mostly South Americans, not Mexican, but mostly South.
Eric and Eladia live. They moved
We
there.
have friends here that move in.
They were in Fort Lauderdale.
They were in Fort Lauderdale.
They just moved. They lived someplace where there's snow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They went to the Carolinas
I would
somewhere.
Yeah, everybody's the
moved to,
three most popular states that people are moving to are Texas, North Carolina, and Florida.
Yeah.
So now that all those fires happened in California, we're expecting a lot of the Floridians. I mean, a lot of the Californians. They're not gonna go to Texas or North Carolina.
No.
They're gonna come to Florida. And so
Probably, yeah.
our economy is booming already, and it's just gonna get much. It's gonna get much big. This is gonna be the best economy for Florida ever. Now that Trump's president, and now that the Canadians are coming, interest rates are gonna go down. So this is gonna be it's gonna be a real big boom for Florida in the next 5 to 10 years.
Think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I could tell by the
If I could, I'd live here.
yeah.
Yeah. We hope so too back home, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
interest rates are low back
Oh,
home.
you mean the whole
Lower.
Wayne lives here? I thought you were referring to him. Yeah, we hope you
I
live
said
here
I'd
too.
love to live here.
Yeah, you should live in Fort Lauderdale, not Miami.
Our interest
Fort
rate,
Lauderdale.
yeah, we would do.
Yeah, we
Fort Lauderdale, because we've been down here a few times.
Yeah,
It's a
Fort Lauderdale's better than
little
Miami.
laid back. Miami's more expensive.
Yeah.
We have friends that used to live in Turks and Caicos.
You know what's good about living in Fort Lauderdale? When you can figure out places to go in Miami and just take a nice little ride, or decide where you want to go in Miami when you just don't want to stay local. That's what I like about Fort Lauderdale. Like I stay local. I live in Fort Lauderdale Beach, so I live really not too far from the airport. And I mostly do everything in Fort Lauderdale. But every now and then I'll say, let me go to Boca, let me go to Palm Beach, or let me go to Miami, because I'm in between.
Yeah.
So when you're in Fort Lauderdale, you're in between Boca and Palm Beach, where Trump lives, and you're in between Miami, right? Where we are now.
Yeah.
Right? We're the same distance it took us to get from the airport to here.
Right.
If we went north, we would have got to Trump's house.
Oh, I
So
gotcha.
Trump,
It's north
Fort
of there.
Lauderdale, Miami, right? So being in Fort Lauderdale, you can go north and south.
middle.
When you're in Miami, you really can't go south.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go to the Keys, and nobody wants to go to the Keys.
No?
Well,
Really?
I like Key West.
We were there once.
Yeah.
How much did you like it if you've only been there once?
I don't know.
How many times you been to Fort Lauderdale?
Lots.
A lot, right? So you just answered my question. We love Key West. How many times you been there? We've been there once. Oh, really? How many times you been to Florida? Oh, we've been to Fort Lauderdale a lot. Yeah.
But it's such a quaint little town.
Yeah, it's a nice place to visit and go on vacation maybe, but you don't want to go there a lot.
I would go back to Key West for as
Yeah, we did a trolley thing or a bus thing, or we did a cruise.
A lot of the cruise ships make it their first stop. So even if you went on a cruise ship, you'll probably wind up spending 4 hours in Key West.
Yeah, we spent the whole day, about 8 hours, 9 hours.
Yeah.
Did a trolley thing. And
8 or 9 hours is a bit much for Key West. You could do Key West.
Famous authors here that were there.
Yeah, Hemingway.
And we went down to the most southern port of the southern port of
where
North America.
they got that buoy over there.
Yeah.
So you only need a couple hours down over there. You don't need 8 hours.
Look at that, $2.92 a gallon.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, that's crappy gas, but that's about right. It's going down now. It actually is going down.
What's this guy selling? Ice cream cones? No?
I don't know.
Popcorn? Minis for $1.
I don't know.
See, the thing is with us back in Canada, we were around 37 million people about 5 years ago.
I think we're 41.
Then we're 43. 43. Because he let so many
too many
people in different nationalities and backgrounds to come to our colleges and universities.
And it wasn't just that though, Ray.
But I'm just saying, that was one of the things. And they didn't document those people. So after 3 years they did their education, they screwed off. They don't even know where half of them are in Canada.
Most of those people that you're talking about that swelled our population so much were let into Canada because our tax rules were falling. He brought them in so that it would repopulate and we could have more tax money flowing through the country.
That's stupid.
Which is fine, but he brought twice as many as these.
But you don't bring people in or they're 75 or 70 years old. So I'm 45 and my wife's 45 and my kids are 18 or 16. But I can bring my parents in after 2 or 3 years. It's an agreement, you can bring your parents in.
Yes,
but
that wasn't how most of the people came. And then he brought them all in, and then all the funding went away, and they became homeless.
That's right, they became homeless. 40% of the homeless people in Toronto is a huge city.
Yeah.
Millions, what, 2-3 million? 40% of the homeless there are immigrants.
Wow.
Are out in the friggin' streets. They're from Jamaica, they're from panhandling, and where are most of them from?
Wow.
All over the place. But they're out in the street freezing their ass off. We had their back before Christmas.
Well, see, and Trump is trying to get it so it doesn't get like that, you know?
No. We can't,
there's going to be a lot of shit that goes on now because
the money
he's telling people that only the criminals are getting scooped up, but that's not true. They're all getting scooped up.
I think so, yeah.
I know so. I can see it.
If you're undocumented, technically you're.
In other words, if they're looking for somebody in a house, and you go and they go in the house and then they get the guy, and the guy that he's sitting next to, it doesn't have a social security card, he's going with them. That's going to be rough, man. A lot of people.
They said a lot of your fruit and veggie pickers are people that come in on contracts for 3 months or 6 months, eh?
Well, no, that's different. You have a green card, then you have a green card.
Oh, I got you.
But we're talking about people that either overstayed their visas or came in through the southern or northern border, either your border or our border, and they entered illegally. We're talking about those people. If they don't have paperwork and they don't have a social security card or a green card, and they're in the wrong place at the wrong time, they're going on a plane and they're going back to whatever country they were born in.
They should. Ours too. But the only problem with ours is 20 to 30% of our people back home in Canada, they don't know where they are.
Because you can stay for 14 days in Canada under the wire.
Under the wire. Claim refugee. So you and your wife and 5 kids can come through the border in Quebec and stay at your brother's house or your sister's house.
Right. Well,
or
you see,
whatever.
Well, listen.
14 days.
Listen. So listen. Trump probably does not want your immigration system to be that way.
Oh, we don't either.
So why he wanted this kind of unilateral North America?
Yeah.
Because he wants to control the northern border as well. Not
when the south is closed, they're coming through the north.
Right, and if you guys have unfeathered immigration in Canada, eventually they're coming to our country. So rather than put our military, first of all, you can't build a wall from Canada to New York. That you can't do, right? So he doesn't want to put the military there and have a presence. That's ridiculous. Who would want to join the military if they know that their job is to guard the northern border? Nobody would join the military.
No.
So he wants an agreement between your country and our country that you're not going to accept these people anymore into your country, and that we could start getting the ones that are in there out, right?
Beef up our immigration.
And he wants to do to your country what we do into our country, and he knew Trudeau wasn't having that either.
Well, because he's a wuss. He let all these people in. He got, who do you think soft-talked Trudeau about 5 or 6 years ago and letting all those people in?
He did it all by himself.
I don't know.
No, he did it
Somebody must have did him a favor.
He didn't need any help.
No.
He didn't need any help. He
But
thought it was making him look good because he was helping all these people.
And now,
Then we legalized marijuana about 6 years ago, and that got him in because because everybody was crying this and crying that. But the cops said, don't do it, don't do it, don't
it's
do
all
it.
about the tax
It's
money.
all about the tax money. And now some of our police officers that are out on the road all the time see this crap.
Yeah,
say,
we're not legalizing it here.
It's gone up 35%. You know that in the last.
Actually, believe it or not, listen to this. Listen to this. JFK, RFK,
Right.
if he gets elected as the Health and Human Services Director, he
yeah.
said he wants to legalize marijuana and use that tax revenue to build treatment centers for people and the homeless and the mentally ill.
And that's,
Oh, it makes
and
sense.
that
That's great, isn't
makes
it?
sense.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Now the problem that happened now is because of these licenses that they have to have it. We come from a very small town. What have we got? 8,000 people in it.
5.
Maybe 5, and we
Well,
have 3 marijuana stores.
3 marijuana stores. And they're open 24/7 every day of the year, even Christmas,
Crazy.
Easter
It's
Sunday.
stupid.
Why?
It's stupid.
You know.
Yeah, here we have medical marijuana, so you can get a medical.
Yeah, we used to it back home.
I think you can get a medical marijuana, but I don't know where you buy the marijuana.
Usually it's
I don't know where.
pharmacies.
Yeah, we don't have them in our pharmacies. I don't know where you buy it. I mean, the places that have smoke shops here,
Yeah.
they're not. They don't sell marijuana. They sell. I don't know what they sell. I've never been to one, but they sell like pipes and they sell
Yeah.
gummies. They sell
Yeah,
gummies.
that's right. Yeah.
They sell gummies. They don't sell marijuana. They sell gummies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So we have to go to the cruise port tomorrow. How far is it, do you think, from our hotel to the cruise port?
Half hour,
Okay.
maybe a little more, depending on traffic.
Yeah, we just have to get an Uber for that.
What time are they picking us up from?
But we don't know.
We haven't decided yet.
Where's
Hotel's
it?
getting
The
a
hotel has a shuttle, right?
No, the hotel does not have a shuttle, but they offered to call an Uber for us.
What's the cost, do you think? About 30, 35 bucks? Does that sound right for an Uber? 40 bucks?
Yeah, I would think you'd want an Uber XL,
Yeah,
Okay, what is
we need
that?
The bigger one.
The bigger one.
the biggest one.
Oh, okay.
And then when you order it, tell them 6 people. Don't tell them 4.
Oh, okay.
Because that way they'll come with the biggest vehicle. I would do that. I would
Oh.
order Uber XL, and then when
Okay.
it says how many people,
Right.
put 6.
Oh, okay.
You should do it yourself. You shouldn't have the hotel do it.
She
Okay.
offered to do when we made the reservation.
No, you shouldn't. You should just download the Uber app and do it yourself.
Oh.
So that way you know how to do it. While you're here, if something happens, you can get on your phone and get somebody to pick you up immediately.
Yeah.
You don't want to rely on them. Plus, they might not do what I'm telling you should do is get an Uber app and then you put your credit card on it, and then when it says how many passengers, put 6, because
Okay.
that way the guy's going to come with something like that.
Oh, okay.
You see?
what
That's what you need.
yeah.
Even the bigger one. That's not the XL. That's a
Oh.
regular Cadillac Escalade.
Right.
If you put 6, it comes with that, but longer, or a
Oh.
Suburban,
Oh.
or a Tahoe. You
Oh.
need that.
Yeah.
You need that. Yeah.
That's what Tim has too.
Otherwise, if you call a regular Uber, the guy's gonna come with this car right here.
Yeah, that's no good.
And you're gonna the luggage is gonna be on your lap.
Yeah.
The car's gonna be crappy and small.
We'll have to
It
leave
might
the
be
women
it
at the
might be
hotel.
it might be $30-$40, but
Yeah.
it's not safe. It's not a good idea. The guy might not speak English, but
Yeah.
usually when you do Uber XL, the guy shows up with a $70,000 SUV.
Ah.
Those are that's what you want to be in. Trust
Yeah.
me, you don't want to be in the little rinky-dink car to
If
save.
it's $10
just-
more, who cares?
No, it's more than $10 more. It'll probably be $40 or $45 instead of. It's probably the regular Uber might be 30,
Yeah.
and then it might be 45, 50. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be about 20, probably $25 more
Yeah.
if you get the bigger one. But it's definitely worth it. It's safer.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be an English-speaking driver.
Right.
You know, so I would recommend that.
In our little town, we don't have Uber.
Oh, you don't? Oh.
No.
I thought Uber was everywhere.
No.
Not really.
Not in rural
I think
towns.
Stratford probably has it. We live close to Stratford, Ontario, and it's a festival town, so they have.
Well, while you're here,
playhouses.
you can do it. Just go on your
Yeah.
phone, download the app. Now that you're here, and then you put your credit card in there, and then you can delete the app when you go home.
Yeah.
Disable
I
it.
was going to put it down before we went home, and then
You
she
should
offered
do it.
to do it for us. So I didn't
Yeah.
No, you don't want anybody to do it for you. You want it because when you do it for yourself, you can see where the car is.
Oh, yeah.
It shows a map, and then
okay.
you could see. Oh, look, the car's 5 minutes away, and then it shows you the license plate. It shows you a picture of the driver. you want to be able to control that. You
Right.
can also text the driver through the app. He could
Okay.
text you. You could text him.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, plus they're going to probably charge you a surcharge to do it anyway.
Oh,
Because they're going to do it on their own. That girl's going to do it on her own phone.
yeah.
It's going to go on her credit card.
Oh.
And she'll probably charge you $10 to $20 more just for doing it.
Oh.
And yeah, you should pay more because she's doing it on her credit card.
Yeah.
If she calls Uber, it's going on her credit card.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, so why would you do that? She's doing that because she thinks that you're helpless and that you
Ah.
can't do it yourself. But I'm saying you should do it. You should learn how to do it and have it so that way when you travel, you know how to do it. You can delete the app as soon as you get to the cruise port. Just delete the app. That's
Yeah.
it. But at least you can work on it today.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the app tells you how much it is.
Oh.
So you look at the different car options and you
Right.
can see, and the times change. Depending on the pickup time, the price changes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the more jobs available, the more jobs that are available, the higher the price.
Ah.
So at midnight, it's cheap to use Uber.
Yeah.
At 9 a.m., it's expensive.
Yeah, makes sense.
So you'll be able to experiment without spending any money by just saying, okay, I want to get a pickup now,
Right.
or 12 or 1 with that car, and it'll tell you how much it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you could say order it or cancel.
Ah.
Yeah.
Looks like it even has its own parking garage.
High school.
Yeah.
Huge, eh? Big, huge.
All right,
high
we're
school.
here 4 minutes. We're coming up on the hotel now.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are kind of out of the way over here.
Yeah.
It was one of the most reasonable ones.
Yeah, but you could have got an unreasonable one that would have given you a free shuttle to the port,
Yeah.
like most people do.
Oh, well, we like to explore.
All right, there's nothing to explore around here.
Apparently there's a
They said
market
it
or
was
something
close to
across.
Shuttle.
Nobody speaks English over here, by the way.
No?
No.
Close to some market across the street. It has veggies, fruits, and
All right, well,
so it said.
it doesn't speak. Nobody speaks English around here.
There's
What
a
is this?
Macy's. Look at.
Oh, yeah.
That might have went out of business.
Yeah. Is this all Cuban in this area?
Yeah,
here?
it's all Cuban. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. These all apartments and stuff down here, are they?
I don't know.
Well,
I never been over here.
Hotels, motels.
I know we're going underneath the highway. I know that. The highway's right there. I should have took that highway. Instead, I went a different way because I was talking to you and I wasn't really paying attention. We could have got here 10 minutes early if I would have taken that highway. But I was talking to you. There's a Hobby Lobby there.
Is that still open?
Yeah, it looks like they're open. It looks like this is a little mall in here. Is this the, this might be a mall. Let me see. Oh, that's Westland Mall. Look, Westland Mall.
Right?
So maybe you can, that's open. I don't know, Macy's is probably open. That's a mall, see?
Yeah.
So if you can make, you're gonna have to walk underneath the highway,
Right?
but there's a sidewalk. If you want to go to this mall, just Google what's in Westland Mall, and
Yeah.
it'll tell you. Look, see, it's a giant mall. See Macy's? You see?
And they got a
Macy's,
Publix
Macy's
store.
backstage, JCPenney, McDonald's, Fuddruckers.
Yeah, we gotta find a Publix.
Publix.
There's a supermarket, Sedano's a Spanish market. There's a Publix right there.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's right. So it's basically right there.
Right
Yeah.
there, okay.
Yeah, it's right there.
After lunch, that's our goal.
I gotta pick up.
There's a
bottle.
Chick-fil-A too.
Yeah.
The Chick-fil-A is right here on the left.
Okay.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is right here on the left.
Here on the left.
There's a Wendy's, Marshall's. Yeah, there's a lot of shopping around here because of this mall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like you got a Super Walmart down the block here. Super
Right.
Walmart.
Okay.
BJ's gas. But nothing on this side of the highway.
Oh, okay.
You see, it's all residentials over here. Another Spanish market.
Well, that's Publix is
Publix is just right there, and we're not far.
Hotel's right up
on the
here.
other side of the bridge.
Yeah, so you're here. You're right on the side of the highway here.
Right.
And then you got to go underneath the highway to get to the mall.
Oh, okay.
It's a long walk, but it's walkable.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would probably
10 minutes, 12 minutes.
yeah, you probably would take this sidewalk, I guess,
Probably.
Yeah. Over there.
and then maybe go in there. You see, go in
An
there.
Arab bread.
I like
An Arab bread. They're
Yeah,
good.
So there, yeah. So you're right here, and that you're right here. There's the Holiday Inn.
Okay.
So you just gotta go on this sidewalk. You gotta be careful when you cross here. Obviously, looks like the crosswalk's under construction.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're gonna cross this way and then walk that way and then go to the mall. The mall's right here. And if you want to cross the street, I guess you could do that too. Yeah. So there's a lot going on over here. There's a lot going on over here. That's because you're off the highway.
Yeah.
It's just that we're west. Like the port, look where the port is.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
the port is right here.
Right.
You see that island?
Right.
That's the port, and you guys are here, you see?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of far. There's the airport, Miami Airport. So
Okay.
you're further than Miami Airport, you see?
Okay.
Miami Airport, you're northwest of Miami Airport.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Leah, Adriana's beauty supply. Don't you need more stuff to take home? No.
Oh, I've been here before. I've been here before, yeah. Yeah, I've been here before.
We're going to talk about when we come back.
Oh, yeah. You're scheduled to pick us up next Friday as well, right?
Cruise boat.
All right, just make sure your phone is on in the morning around
At the
8
cruise port.
a.m.
You're supposed to pick us up that day about 10:30.
You'll be off the ship between 8:30 and 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But we're going to do a walk-off.
we're gonna do a walk-off.
So then you'll be off at 8:30 or 8.
Well,
8:39.
We can take our time. Yeah.
We're gonna take our time.
All right. Well, the shuttles are usually there 8:30, 9, something like that.
Are you gonna be driving or somebody else?
Yeah, I'll be driving. Yeah, so just have
so-
your phone on you, and
So
we'll
we're
touch
thinking
base
of
that
doing
morning.
maybe like about 10 o'clock that morning. I think we're scheduled for 10:30 for you to pick us up already.
Our flight's been changed.
Our flight's been 15-20 minutes earlier than what we were scheduled. So I think when I texted her a couple months ago when we communicated, it was 10:30 pickup at the cruise port.
Yeah, I don't really listen to what the pickups are at the cruise port.
So
Oh.
you just want us to call you that morning when we're off the ship?
Yeah, I mean, or when you're going through the customs line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
everybody
right.
gets off the ship. You don't know what time you're going to get off the ship. You know what I
No.
mean? It's up to them.
Right.
So,
You could be there within a half hour anyhow, right? 20 minutes or whatever, half hour?
no, I might be there.
Yeah, okay,
I might be early. I might be there, or I might be late.
we'll touch base.
I can't guarantee you that I'll be there.
All right.
Just like
I'll
you
call
can't,
ya.
just like you can't guarantee me what time you'll be there.
Yeah, so I'll call you.
Yeah.
So we get off at 9 o'clock or whatever it is, I'll just call
It
them.
just says call me from the customs line.
Oh, I haven't yet.
Yeah, we should give you $10.
Yeah, that's
What time is your flight?
one,
That's it.
1:25.
All right, well, you have plenty of time.
We're supposed to be there 3 hours before.
1:15, I think it is. It got backed up to 1:15, 1:20.
All right, well, you'll make
We're
it.
flying out of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
So,
All right, watch your head when you get out.
Maybe these guys could take their river coats off now. At least you don't have to worry about slipping off the step.